And hello everybody! We are SpiffyNeedleGeeks, Brawl Fan 1, and Rashutsu Rises here for another Super Smash Bros. Ultimate discussion.
Okay.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm trying to open up the chat and everything.
Gotcha. Alright, maybe we'll actually get my chat open up as well. So, I'm sure a good number of you may have already heard about this, but today we have gotten what looks to be quite the possible leak. A leak of probably a lot of high credibility, nonetheless.
Yeah. So I guess now this just begs the question, because I know up until this point we have been trying not to take leaks very seriously and everything. So what exactly makes this one any different?
Mostly due to its origin. So I obviously already have it in the title, but I'm gonna go ahead and before we talk any further, I'm gonna get this out of the way. I'm just gonna get this out of the way right now. Spoilers, possible spoilers incoming. We don't know if this is real for sure, but it just seems way too credible for us to not play it, for us not to play it safe. So again, spoilers incoming. Got this big red sign, Googled this nice big red sign for you all to know. If you don't want to be spoiled possibly of what's to come, leave now. Any which case. So what happened with this leak is that apparently there was this person who it looks like works for this what's the word I'm looking for here? For the P, a publishing artist. Like it's a company that's known for I guess making. I am missing a word here, huh? Well, anyway, they make art. They're commissioned by various companies to make promotional. That's it, promotional art. And I guess an employee at this company, they posted a video on Snapchat of I guess something, whatever. I don't know what the video was about, why they posted it. I didn't see it. It doesn't even exist anymore. It's gone. He deleted it, but with good reason, because when he was snap videoing, he his camera phone accidentally passed over what is the final "Everybody Is Here" Smash poster with everyone knows what it is. It's the poster that has with the really cool art that has all the characters on it. It's the final one, including characters that have not been revealed yet.
Okay.
So, I'm sure he realized his mistake and quickly deleted it from Snapchat. But the internet is still what it is, and other people found it, and then one asshole decided to go and post it anonymously on 4chan, and when that happened, pretty much, unfortunately, the poor guy also did, I guess his name, or a name of someone that worked at this company, whether this was the person that posted the original Snapchat or not, we're not sure, but a name was in this image. They traced the name back to a LinkedIn account, a real LinkedIn account. It wasn't just a fake made-up one. It was an old one with plenty of connections, and this LinkedIn account was linked to a company that the person does work for, and this publishing company, it does have ties in with Namco Bandai, the very company that is currently publishing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, or at least has, is a big part of working on it.
Well, I think it might just be safe to say that, tragically, this guy's probably been fired. Even if it was even if it was just by complete accident, yeah, it sucks, but
it's one of those things where why you shouldn't be video. There's no reason why he should have been video recording workspace if you work in an area that has such, discrete credentials. Like, if you're given work that isn't supposed to be publicized yet, don't go bringing out your video camera or anything like that.
Right.
Like, whatever, even if he was planning on just recording one of his coworkers doing something stupid, it was whatever. In which case, but yeah, so it was found by it was posted anonymously, and now we do have 8 characters on this, like, that were posted on this, that looks like they could be the final 8 characters that we're going to be getting for Smash Ultimate, at least pre-DLC anyway. If
right.
No, don't know if it's gonna be DLC or not, but I think it's a safe assumption.
It's like I said, like, you know, even though we're getting so many characters and everything, it's like I wouldn't put it past them to maybe throw in like a couple of extra DLC characters.
7.
Like, I mean, I wouldn't put it past them.
No, Power Proto Man, it is 8, and you're gonna see why. Because guess what? An 8th one was recently announced, or not announced. An 8th one was found in this poster, kind of hidden in the blur. I think it is still 8. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm trying to remember them all in my head.
Yeah. There's 8.
Yeah, it's 8. Yeah, an 8th one was found in the blur. Like, and that actually is another thing that it scares me to the point where I think this leak is credible. Because the fact that even though it is a kind of a blurry image, like, I know all leaks, you know, that's like the big thing about leaks, that they all end up being blurry somehow. But remember, this wasn't something that was posted, this footage wasn't taken intentionally. It was an accident, and he was taking it from his phone. And it was blown up from kind of a small part of the video. So yeah, more than likely it was, you know, that it's gonna be a little blurry, but they did find an 8th one. So again, spoiler warnings coming up. I am now going to show the I will now show the image, and so we are going to see who these characters are. Starting off from left to right, we got Shadow the Hedgehog, more than likely an Echo for Sonic. Banjo and Kazooie.
That was a given.
Yeah, Banjo and Kazooie.
Long overdue.
Isaac from Golden Sun.
That's pretty cool.
And here's the 8th one that was missed, that was found in the blur. KOS-MOS from the Xeno series.
That one caught me by surprise. It's like, you know, I get that if you want to throw in like another Xeno, but it's like at the same time, it was like, why KOS-MOS? Why? Because it's like Xenosaga has absolutely nothing to do with Xenoblade. And you know what? Fuck it. If we're going to throw Xeno in there, where's my Faye from Xenogears?
Anyway, Ken Masters, more than likely also an Echo for Rio.
Yeah, I called that one.
Mach Rider from the old NES game of Mach Rider.
No idea who that is.
Gino from Super Mario RPG. Probably one of my most requested characters, needless to say.
Yeah, that's another one that's long overdue.
And finally, the Chorus Kids from Rhythm Heaven.
Don't know who they are.
This is supposedly the final roster of, like, the final missing characters of the game. And, oh boy. Yeah, needless to say, whoever, like, accident or not, that guy's fired.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks, but, I mean, that is the unfortunate reality. And it's like you said, when you're dealing with such sensitive information, why would you throw that out on social media and not to expect some kind of a repercussion? Right. I mean, there's a reason why businesses are getting very strict about it. I mean, even when I was interning at Disney, they were very, very strict about posting anything on social media. Like, even if I'm working in the kitchen and it's like, oh, I decorated a plate, let me show this off to my friends and everything. No, cannot do that. You know, you cannot show off anything like, you know, that's like considered backstage, because that's not meant to be seen by, you know, the guests.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. Again, it sucks because it's an obvious accident. The guy was not being a deliberate asshole, but that is the unfortunate reality.
Mm-hmm. So, like, I mean, here's the thing, like, people are trying their best to discredit this, and I can't blame them, because, like, obviously, I wanted to very much be actually properly revealed to all these characters and not just shown it. And this is kind of a sad, unfortunate... This is kind of one of the backlashes of being a Smash discussioner, where it's like, even if I... Because here's the thing, even if I chose my best to try to hide from this information, people were... Like, there was already a couple people already telling me about it anyway, so it's like, whatever.
Well, but now that being said, even though this image is blurred as fuck, are we absolutely certain that these are original images? This isn't somebody that just took, like, you know, concept art or renders from previous games and just photoshopped them in very cleverly. Because, you know, we've been fooled like that in the past too, where it's like, oh, this looks so convincing, but this was just a really good Photoshop job.
They look original. Like, I've never seen these characters in these poses before, at the very least. So they definitely do look original. Like, I mean, someone could have easily made them and matching the style, but my whole thing is that even though it is blurry, you can still very easily tell that these are the exact same, like, poses that we see the characters all in, like in the actual, like, you know, clear currently used picture.
Okay.
And it's like, you know, they're all for the most part in the same positions, but there are also a lot of characters that are in different positions, more than likely to adjust for adding the new characters. Like, and we've seen that happen before, where characters had to be kind of moved around a little bit to squeeze in these new characters.
Gotcha.
So, like, and here's the thing. To my knowledge, the individual pieces of art for each character does not exist publicly. That has to be something that's in-house only, that exists. Plus, there's the background. The entire background exists. So unless somebody is just that good at copying literally everything, which I find hard to believe. Very hard to believe.
I don't know. You'd be quite surprised.
Like, I wouldn't, like, I'd be shocked if someone actually was able to replicate this. Of course, like, it actually would be really funny if this was like Artsy Omni, was this you again? Oh, you. No, like, as much as I would as much as I would love this to be fake, even though these are characters that I very much do want to see in Smash, like, I do think this has some credibility. Again, nothing's been confirmed yet, so we don't know for a fact, but it has probably the most credibility we've seen yet.
Okay.
Like, if this is real, why can't employees and companies be careful with what they're doing? Well, again, like, yeah, this is a case of a third-party company accidentally releasing it. Like, and he tried his best to contain it, but it didn't work out. So, yeah, again, he's probably fired.
Yeah.
Like, this was...
So, I guess with that being said, you know, in your opinion, BJ, which of these fighters do you think are legit new characters and which are echoes? I mean, there's some that are obvious. Like, we know Shadow's going to be an echo, Ken is going to be an echo. But about the others, how many of them do you think are echoes and how many of them do you think are original?
I think Shadow and Ken are the only echoes, to be honest. Like, because Banjo and Kazooie is such a unique concept. Like, people are trying to argue that Banjo and Kazooie could be an echo for Duck Hunt, but they are just two completely different characters. I do not see that happening. Like Isaac, like, again, he's also very unique. I've seen some gameplay of it. There's no way he can be copying anybody else. Mach Rider looks like he's actually on his bicycle. He's actually on his motorcycle, which Mach Rider was a character at, like, earlier in the day I was, like, really hesitant about, because I was like, nobody requested this character. Who even is this guy? And then it did dawn upon me that I know in the past, Sakurai has tried including this kind of character before. In Smash 64, he wanted an Excite Bike Rider to be a character. And then in Melee, he actually did want Mach Rider to be a character. But he couldn't figure out a way to get to make the move around, you know, properly. But that was a long time ago. That was well over a decade ago. I'm sure he's figured it out now, so Mach Rider probably is, you know, the next big retro character.
Okay.
Geno is definitely his own character. Like, honestly, if anything, I could maybe, possibly, see Geno and KOS-MOS having maybe kind of similar movesets. Hard to say, though. Like, because they are both they are both characters that that do use weaponry that come from their arms. So
yeah,
we'll have to wait and see on that one. But more than likely, they are probably going to be unique between each other. Just maybe have some similar moves. And Chorus Kids, I just don't even know. Like I've never played Rhythm Heaven. I wish Ryan was here. He'd probably be able to answer this for me. More than likely, Chorus Kid moveset is going to would derive from other aspects of Rhythm Heaven. Maybe even having movesets that are based around how rhythmic you can be. I don't know. I can't say for sure. Again, I've never played Rhythm Heaven, but
I'm the same way, BJ. That's another series I'm not very familiar with, but we know Ryan is, and it's just, God damn it, Ryan, why are you at work?
Parrot, where's Cloud? Cloud's right here. He's next to Isabel. Yeah, right under Canon and KOS-MOS. No, that also said, I know some people are kind of wondering if this really is even KOS-MOS. I'm still kind of iffy on it as well. Like, it's the one that makes the most sense just based on the colors and where the colors are positioned. But it is also the most blurry. Like, the rest of them are pretty obvious. Like, this is obviously Shadow. Brown with red above that, that's obviously Banjo-Kazooie. You know, we see the blonde hair, the blue pants, like the red chest armor, that's obviously Isaac. Like, the red gi with the blonde hair right here, that's Ken. This is obviously Mach Rider, because I've seen a couple of promotional images for Mach Rider. He does have the blue armor, the red shoulder pads, and the white helmet. And that's obviously his bike right here. That's obviously Gino with the blue hat and, like, the red part of the hat with the brown body. And then these are so obviously Chorus Kids. This one is the most, kind of the hardest to tell, but I think that's mostly because this is a white character with, like, white and gray armor with probably cloud-covered backgrounds behind it. So it is hardest to say, but I think most people do think it's KOS-MOS. We're not quite sure, though.
Right. The only way you can really tell was, like, because, yeah, like, when you look at KOS-MOS' design, I mean, yeah, she is covered in, like, white, black, silver armor, and she's known for her long blue hair and red eyes. And that's really hard to tell in the blurred image. So that's where it's like, for all we know, it could be something completely different. But again, it's just one of those things where it's like, you know, again, like for me anyway, it's like, you want to throw in another Xeno character, by all means, give the Xeno people more love. But at the same time, it's just one of those things like, I know we have Shulk in there, and it's like, you have all these people that want more like characters specifically from Xenoblade 2, and you instead go to Saga, which has nothing to do with Blade whatsoever.
I mean, KOS-MOS is obviously a very popular character. Plus, again, she did make a cameo appearance in Xenoblade 2, so...
Okay. I still haven't gotten around to playing Xenoblade 2, so...
It's a good game. You should try it out. But yeah, so it's like, yeah, so let me see, do you guys know anything about Banjo? Yeah, I've played the first Banjo game, and I've seen a Let's Play of Tui, so I know plenty about Banjo-Kazooie. And because of that, I know for a fact Banjo-Kazooie would not be an echo for Duck Hunt. But yeah. Also, Mach Rider's a girl. I looked into that, Power Protoman, because I saw you post that about on Twitter. I think it's actually kind of ambiguous right now. Cause I know there was this whole deal about in like this arcade game where a girl will show up next to a bike with a knife or something like that. But I think it's ultimately ambiguous. Plus, I think honestly, I don't think Mach Rider's a girl. Like here, I'll let me find Mach Rider. Like if you just look at his armor, like it just doesn't really look very feminine, I guess is the best way to put it. Like here,
well, Samus Aran's armor doesn't look very feminine either.
Well, no. Here, I'll show you an image and you'll see what I'm talking about. Open a new tab. We send this to Danny so she can see what I'm talking about. Like, cause it's not like cause Samus's armor is bulky. This guy is wearing some kind of skin tight leather.
Okay.
Cause like you can see his pecs. Like if you see it, Danny.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's very clearly a masculine body.
Yeah, that's a dude.
Yeah. But who knows? Maybe Sakurai will pull some Wii Fit Trainer stuff and just make it more Mach Rider could be male or female. Who knows?
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Again, we don't know shit about Mach Rider.
Again, we don't know.
Like, I honestly, like, until what was it, like an hour ago when you first talked about this leak to me, I'd never even heard of the goddamn series.
Neither have I. So, oh well.
Kind of begs the question though. I was like, what the happened to the series then? Like, if it's not that prominent and everything, then it's like, so what happened to it?
It only ever got, I think, 2 games, like one on the NES and then one on the arcade, and that was it. This is you're talking about this, right? I don't think that's actually Mach Rider. I think that's just a because I know I saw something. I was reading something about this. I'll find the page. Here it is. Let's see. The Mach Rider appeared in the arcade sequel Mach Rider vs. Mach Rider. Each time the player completed a level, an image was gradually revealed of a woman with a dagger sitting next to Mach Rider's bike. It is unclear whether this is meant to represent Mach Rider's true identity or if she is a survivor of the gated community of the Resistance, as the only plot text in the game describes the 10 mission scenarios, and she is not present in the NES original. So, it never directly states it. Like, so we don't really know. Like, we knew for a fact, even in the original game, that Samus was that the woman that appeared at the end was Samus, because that actually had Samus taking off her suit. But here it doesn't ever really show that. So Mach Rider could be this woman, but nothing is ever clarified about it. So for now, let's just say that Mach Rider is just ambiguous.
Okay.
All right. In which case, I guess for the time being, why not? Actually, also, yeah, here is the original image. I forgot to show this. The giant lol, because people are immature. But I guess, yeah, this is where people found the, like, this part right here. This is where people found it. I guess this is where the, when the camera was zooming by, where it accidentally got the image from. It does even show, like, other plans. Like that you would normally see in, like, a promoting company. Like, it has, like, segments from, like, the blank background underneath the LOL. Like, directly behind the LOL is, like, a circular pattern, which I'm guessing is what they were planning on using for, like, maybe, like, displays at some kind of, maybe, like, the video game aisles and, like, stores or something like that. And then, yeah, there's the Grinch. Like, there's the promotional art of the Grinch, which we apparently have never actually seen been made publicized before. But, I don't know. Like I said, overall, this leak is the most credible, but nothing's been confirmed yet, so we can't really say for sure until we start getting more directs.
Right. Which is like, seriously, Nintendo is like, we're how far away from Smash, so it's like, we're a little overdue now for either another direct or reveal or something. I mean, this is gonna come up so goddamn quick. And you said that, you know, that Sakurai wants all the information out before it comes out. So that's like, there's still an entire game mode we don't know anything about.
And that's that is something that I find most curious. Like, I know Sakurai in an interview at one point did say he wanted to slow down on the character reveals. But he did still also say he wants all information on the game out before December 7th. So if we're to believe this leak, there's still 8 characters that he needs to reveal. Was he planning on just revealing them all at once?
Yeah. I just know, like, it's been a while since we've had anything Smash related. I think, like, Isabel last bit a couple of weeks ago. So that's where it's like...
Oh, that was well over a month ago.
Yeah, so that's where it's like, you know, okay, Sakurai, you know, either, you know, you got to give us something here at this point. Because, I mean, it's like, we're near the goddamn finish line already.
Yeah, there's literally about 40 days left, a little over 40 days left.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's like, something's got to give at this point.
Yeah, but so I guess unfortunately, if this is true, then unfortunately that does mean that the surprise for the characters is still gone. But what this leak did not show was that new game mode, thankfully, which pretty much means that more than. So I'm hoping whatever this new game mode is going to be breathtaking to kind of make up for this unfortunate little blunder.
Right.
But
yeah, but I think that just kind of goes to show, like, because it's been so long since we've had anything like really like noteworthy coming from Sakurai and everything, that I mean, it's like we're just that much desperate that it's like even like possible leaks or rumors or anything, like people are just taking them. Because I mean, up until this point, you know, yeah, we've heard rumors, but a lot of people were pretty easy to dismiss them because we knew the information was going to be coming at a fairly steady pace, and it has been.
Right.
But now it's like it's considerably slowed down now, and it's like, okay, what gives?
Hard to say. I guess with that said, though, like, if this is real, why don't we speculate on how we think these characters are going to work? So, like, I guess starting with Shadow and Ken, the Echoes, like, since it's kind of, well, you know what? We say they're obviously going to be Echoes, but look at fucking Isabel over here, sitting in the corner. We were so sure that she was going to be an Echo, and look what happened to her.
I suppose.
Like, I think it is a safe assumption, but, like, who knows? Maybe we could get curveballed, and they could end up being maybe, like, more of a Falco Fox or Ganondorf Captain Falcon kind of, like kind of deal there.
Yeah, because it's like, as far as Shadow goes, the only way I can see that Shadow would be a completely separate fighter from Sonic was if he is, there would be no doubt that they would incorporate a lot of the Chaos powers. So expect Chaos Spear, expect Chaos Control, you know, because that's solely unique to Shadow. I demand. That's really the only way I can see, you know, if they take that direction.
I demand that his side B would be just like Wario's. And he just hops, he hops on the motorcycle.
Yeah, or something. It's like, and then it's like, Ken, okay, again, now this is where I wish we had Brandon with us, because Brandon is our resident fighting game dude, and he knows more about Street Fighter than any of us.
Well, Ken, I think, is a safe assumption to be an Echo, because Ken was the original Echo fighter. Ken's moveset is exactly like Ryu's, with only some minor core mechanical differences.
Like, you know, given the fact that, you know, we're on, like, Street Fighters now, that's like, is that still the case? Like, I know back in the day, yeah, Ken and Ryu were clones of each other. Well, but can we really say that still holds true now?
I think it does, and mostly because they were both trained by the same, like, even, like, lore-wise, they were both trained by the same master. They both grew up learning the same exact style of martial arts.
Okay.
So, like, maybe I can see some of their A moves having a bit of, like, variety. Maybe a little bit. But again, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, if you're trained by the same person to learn his style of martial arts, unless you choose to kind of give your own kind of variant to it, like Dan Hibiki did, but his ended up sucking, so whatever. We can expect them to be very similar.
Okay.
Well, like, yeah, actually, N64 Boys actually brings up a good point as well, because again, Ken is mechanically different from Ryu, even though their attacks are more than identical. Like, his side B and his up B, they would be more multi-hitting than Ryu's, which only really deals one big, strong hit. Because Ken's attacks generally will drag opponents, whereas Ryu's kind of just, you know, hits them once and knocks them away. So Ken, I think, is an obvious thing. But yeah, again, with Shadow, if he's not a direct echo from Sonic, I will be surprised by that. But for the most part, I can maybe see a couple of changes being made to him, even if he is Sonic's echo. Like, I can very easily see them, like, replacing his up B with a teleport. I mean, they did that with Chrom. mean, not with a teleport, but they gave him Ike's up B, even though he's an echo of Roy. But oh well. So I guess going from left to right, Banjo and Kazooie. How do you think that? Like, there's a lot they can
do with that. Yeah, it's like there's because now bear in mind, I've only played the first Banjo-Kazooie, so I don't know anything about Banjo-Tooie or bolts or anything. Like, I don't know. I only remember the first game.
Nuts and bolts we can kind of just scoot to the side because that game doesn't really add anything. But
okay.
But
it's like but I mean, there's a lot that you can do. I mean, it's like, I know, like, Kazooie would naturally be your long because she throws the eggs. Shoot
the eggs.
You got like basic gliding.
Yeah, fly.
Something maybe with like where you get the boots, and that's where you would like you'd walk on like dangerous like ground and everything in the game. Maybe there's something that they can do with that.
Okay, hold on. Pause for a second. Planner Alex says they deconfirmed KOS-MOS. That's just a weird cloud.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm going to look at the original image and see if that shape is still there. Let me see. Give me 1 second. I'll go to the main site. If that cloud shape is there, then okay. It's right above Yoshi, Bowser, Samus, and all them. So, just missed it. Okay, we're gonna have to scroll by. Okay, I guess we'll wait for it to scroll real quick. Yeah, for Banjo. Yeah, egg shot, being able to fly. Would Banjo be heavyweight? I can see Banjo being heavyweight. He is a fucking bear, after all. So,
yeah, I mean, like, even if he wasn't carrying Kazooie with him, he's a bear.
Yeah. On top of that, a rather lazy bear. So I can see him
like
being...
Winnie the Pooh would be a fucking heavyweight.
I don't know about that, but... let's see. Okay. I'm trying to remember all of their attacks in general. Like... It's actually said that Banjo doesn't actually do a whole lot of control-wise. A lot of it is Kazooie. Just had to say. I think it'd actually be pretty funny if, like, for their dash attack, like, when they start running, like Kazooie just pops out and does all the running. And Banjo ever really does the mobility whenever he's walking.
Okay.
Because, I mean, they do gain speed whenever they, pull out Kazooie to do the running.
Right. So what would their Smash attack be?
Sorry?
Their like final Smash, what would they be?
Ooh, that's a good question, actually. What was that shaman's name with the skull head? I completely forgot his name.
Oh god, he did have a goofy name.
I'm sure they can probably...
I am having such a brain fart right now, I can't remember.
I know they could probably do something with him. Their final Smash would be a rain of Jiggies. Regal Blaster.
Mumbo Jumbo.
Mumbo Jumbo, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I'm having such a brain fart right now, but I remembered he had a...
Oh, that's right, the Gigi-nator. I forgot about that dude. Like the metal Gigi. Like that they used to defeat Gruntilda and Tooie.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's where I was like, what the hell is that?
I think it was Tooie. But yeah, like, they could easily do that. Alright, I think we're getting close to what I wanted to see, so let's see here. Clouds. Let's see, could that just be clouds? I'm trying to see, like, the exact shape. I wish my freaking name, whatever, wasn't in the way. Like, there's the edge of the clouds right there. Are you sure? That looks a little lighter. That does look a little lighter than this spot. This is like all dark. Like, there's a couple of patches up here, but that's like all dark. This is a little lighter, and it goes down farther. Like where this kind of just stays dark. I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see where that cloud can be unless I just changed it, but I guess we'll wait and see on that one. Again, like, nothing's been officially confirmed, but it looks like This really does look like a person. That doesn't look like clouds. Like, even though it's blurry. Alright, hold on. Let me just find a still image. Smash. Everyone is here.
Okay.
Let me see it. Here we are. This is an older one. Like, this is, I think this one's before, I know at least before Isabel. Yeah, this is an older one. Oh, let me go very far on. Damn it! Anyway, I guess, other ideas for Banjo-Kazooie?
Alright.
Here we go. Okay. Yeah, so I know characters were moved around, but it looks like it'd be generally this spot. Because, like, Bowser's right here. Yoshi's right next to him. Because Falco's right above Bowser. That's Sheik right there, above Yoshi. And it looks like Sheik was moved over. Like, because in this image, Sheik is to the right of Yoshi, whereas Sheik's moved over to the left of Yoshi there. But it looks like it would be this spot. I think that is a person. I don't think that's clouds. Oh well. Any which case. Spoilers! Anyway. Alright. I guess we'll see more for Banjo later on. Haven't we gotten other blurry leaks? Again, yeah, the whole blurry thing, but not much we can do about that when it's so low. Again, I'm not saying this is real. I'm just saying it's the most credible. Alright, so for Isaac, this is your department, Danny. What would Isaac be doing?
Pretty much, like, I know the big thing in Golden Sun, like, and you saw this with Isaac as the assist trophy, push powers. Like, so when you saw, like, when you use Isaac as an assist trophy, that's where, like, the little magic comes out. So in Golden Sun, not only can you use that in battle, you also use it for puzzle solving. So maybe you need to, like, push some boulders or shit. And, you know, that's only one of Isaac's powers, but it's the one that gets utilized the most. So that's the one that, you know, is probably easily the most identified. So I would expect, you know, push powers, you know, bring out some of the other powers. I know the summons are a big one, you know, so for all we know, like a final smash could be bringing a summon into it. So I would think, I'm trying to think what would be a proper comparison. Like, for like a sword, like, it's really like sword fighting and magic. Like, naturally my first thought would be Robin. But again, the magic in Golden Sun is nothing like the magic in Fire Emblem. So that's a really hard comparison.
Right. What would his final smash be?
Like I said, probably throwing in one of the...
Okay, like probably one of the more powerful spells then?
Probably. Again, it's been a while since I've played Golden Sun. But that's from what I do remember.
Okay. Alright, then... I don't think we have anything to say on KOS-MOS. I don't know anything about her outside of Xenoblade 2, and even then she didn't do a whole lot, so...
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I've played the first Xeno Saga, so, but again, that's just one of those things where I was like, again, like, if you're, you know, you have people that are begging for what their face is, like Rex and Pyra,
yeah.
and you throw in a character from a completely different game that even though she had a cameo, she still has no bearing whatsoever on the Xenoblade series. And it's like, don't get me wrong, like, the Xeno whole is good. Like, I still love Xenogears, so that's where I was just like, I personally would prefer a Xenogears character over a Saga character because, quite frankly, I was impressed with Saga as I was with Gears. But I know everybody right now fucking loves Blade. So that's where it's like, I don't know, to me it would just be like, if you're going to bring in another character, you know, people were really clamoring for Rex and Pyra, so why not bring in them? Why are we bringing in this other character that has nothing to do with the franchise, let alone yeah, what does that have to do with anything? But, what the fuck do I know?
Oh, well. And then Mock Rider. I think this is going to be a Captain Falcon scenario. Like, more than, like, it's hard for me to say that they're going to have him fight off of his bike. Maybe there'll be parts where he'll bring out his bike. I don't know. But, like, it's so weird to think about because they're gonna, like, this is gonna have to be a character where they literally are going to have to make up an entire moveset for him, just like they did Captain Falcon. Like, because the basic premise and gameplay of Mock Rider is that you're racing on a motorcycle that has machine guns on it. And that's it. And then, like, the only other definable feature about the bike is that whenever the bike blows up, it reassembles itself. So those are, like, the only two definable features about this bike, is that it has machine guns and that it reassembles itself. And that's where I'm kind of wondering, because it's like, if one of its most defining features are machine guns, is that going to be okay for Smash? Because, like, for Snake, they completely took away his, like, he only has explosives. I know Bayonetta has her guns. She has 4 pistols, but those can be argued as magical. Even though they do look completely like guns. So, like, do you think that's going to fly?
Again, I don't know.
Mock Rider would be a Falco Echo? What makes you think that? A Falcon Echo. Captain Falcon Echo. Okay. No. I don't see that happening either. And as for Geno, I can go on for hours what Geno's moves would be. Yeah, Geno has so many different weapons and so many different abilities. Like, there's a lot that can be done with Geno.
Oh, yeah. That's like, I know a lot of people, like, if they want another Square character, like, after Cloud. I know a lot of people have been really hoping on Sora, but I don't know. Again, now this is just me personal bias, but it's like, Sora or Geno? Geno all the way. I would love to see Geno in before Sora.
Right. Like, I know Geno. Yeah, Geno has the variety of different attacks. Like, he has the Geno boost that can very easily increase his power. Like, yeah, he has, like, he can shoot bullets from his fingers. He can shoot bullets from his elbows. He can rocket punch. He can. Oh, Geno has a lot.
Yeah. I mean, Geno himself was a goddamn weapon.
Yes.
So it's like, yeah.
Oh, I really, like, a part of me is really hoping that this leak is real, so that way we for sure get Geno, because I will main the hell out of Geno.
I think a lot of people would end up maining Geno if he got confirmed.
Because he is by far one of the most requested characters, and even Sakurai's wanted him for a long time, so.
Yeah, really.
Let's see. Chorus Kids. Chat, you're going to have to help us out with this one. What the hell would the Chorus Kids be doing? Like, I'm sure a lot of their attacks are going to involve singing. Damn it, Ryan, where the hell are you?
Well, it would be, probably not so much singing so much as, like, rhythm.
Rhythm, yeah. Rhythm.
So maybe, like, and because, like, Rhythm Heaven, like, Ryan has told me, it's like, yes, there's iconic songs and shit that came out of Rhythm Heaven, so I don't want to, like, take it away. But I know the big gimmick behind Rhythm Heaven, as opposed to any other musical game, is that one's really, really heavy on rhythm. So you gotta have your timing fucking down.
Ruby Sakurai, no, Chorus Kids aren't that random, because I think they were considered a cut character from Smash 4. So they did have original plans, but they just didn't make it before. Let's see. Probably a shapeshifter character that turns into the different characters from the franchise. They can have a gimmick where all their attacks do more damage when done to a certain rhythm.
See, like something like that, I think work. Like, if they can make that work, like, because again, I'm thinking like, what is it, Wii Fit Trainer, where she's got that. The breathing and everything, where you've got to, you got to time that button with the breathing to, like, help it out, to basically help out her attacks and shit. So I was like, if there's a way that they can incorporate that in just like regular attacks and shit,
maybe.
I don't see how you can't have a rhythm-based character. It's like, just take what we kind of got already with the Wii Fit Trainer, but let's really play around.
Yeah. Malik.
I would imagine like that would probably be like a really tricky character to play, but sometimes your tricky characters end up being the most devastating.
Yeah. Malik does actually bring up a good point. Let me look at the chorus kids again. They do actually have some pretty sharp teeth from the looks of things. So I can imagine them being biters. But it'll also be interesting. Like, do you think, because it's clear from this image, if this is real, there's 3 of them there. Just like how there's always 3 of them, just generally. So, do you think they'll be fighting similarly to how the Ice Climbers work? Or do you think they're going to be sticking sticking together a little weird, a little more often?
Like what? Like Rosalina and Loma?
Well, I'm thinking more akin to the Ice Climbers. Like, I'm thinking very much so. Like, maybe their attacks could not only have to do with rhythm, but also maybe volume. Because, like, maybe their attacks will actually get weaker if there's less of them. Like, maybe that you start out with 3, and then you control one of them, and the other 2 follow you. But the other 2 can get KO'd, and if they're not there, just like how just like how the Ice Climbers' attacks are weaker when Nana is KO'd, like their attacks could also get weaker as well. But maybe maybe like they lose some traction to their sound-based attacks because they can no longer get as loud because there's less of them. Or maybe if one of them's missing, like, they go off key because, the one that's supposed to have a certain cue isn't there anymore. So I imagine just in general, if they are a multi-character fighter, just like Ice Climbers are, their attacks will be at most potency when all 3 are there, as opposed to if there were only 2 or God forbid 1.
Okay.
Let's see. Game & Watch didn't exist before Melee, so he wins most random character. Wait, Game & Watch didn't exist before Melee? No. Game & Watch very much existed before Melee. He was.
Yeah, Game & Watch is like early Nintendo roster.
Like, he didn't exactly have a name, but that character very much did exist.
Yeah, Game & Watch were old school handheld. Like, long before we even had a fucking Game Boy.
Yeah, long before the NES.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's where it's like, I think maybe that's what he means, is the fact that it's like, the fact that it's like so far out there.
Let's see. Chorus Kids could be more like Duck Hunt, and the conductor is off screen. Again, I wouldn't know exactly. They could stay on top of each other and work like Duck Hunt. Stay on top. Oh, so like they. Oh, what? So what? They would like So they'd ride each other. Cause I know in some of these images, I know in this image specifically, it has them on top of each other, but I think that's just a fan image. Like most other images show them. Oh, actually no. This one looks official. Is that one official? I think it might be. Regardless of such,
Or N64 Boy says maybe it's like Olimar and you can summon 2 other Chorus Kids to aid you.
Maybe. It's gonna be really hard to say. That also said, actually, looking at this image,
yeah, I'm looking at an image of the Chorus right now, and I want them in just because they are aggressively cute. They are so goddamn adorable. That's where it's like, yes, I am totally in support for making these guys Smash fighters.
Hello. Ryan, right on time. Tell us about the Chorus Kids. Oh, wait, hold on. Do you actually know about the leak?
Yes.
Okay, you know.
Okay, Ryan, we're talking Chorus Kids.
Oh, from Rhythm Heaven?
Yes, educate us, please. We're ignorant fucks.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it's like, unfortunately, it's like, okay, I've only played Rhythm Heaven Fever, and unfortunately, the Chorus Kids, like, they made no appearance in that game. However, apparently, I guess they actually made the appearance in the first Rhythm Heaven game. I mean, yeah, Rhythm Heaven, yeah. What was it? I guess basically you had to get into the beat of like the first two chorus kids singing a particular song, and you had to get the prompt like on time, otherwise you'll just mess up the song entirely, or something like that.
Okay.
It's a lot easier if you were to look it up like through a YouTube video or something, because I'm sorry. I just got home from work. I am still a tad bit out of it right now.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, but you know all 8 characters that were possibly leaked for in that image, right?
Yeah. I think it was last night. I think
last night
or earlier this morning. Yeah. I was like, I guess I guess like a Go Nintendo or something. They posted the image on Twitter. And they had like some comparison images of like the blurred leaked image, and I guess the original image of the Smash banner, like how it is now, like on the top and bottom, or something like that.
Yeah. Well, actually, you know what? I'm looking at the image again. Well, let me get here. I think you guys may have to take a look at this as well. I'm looking at the chorus kids. It looks like there's something in the middle of them. I can't really tell though. Like, zoom in as close as you can on chorus kids on the right. But it looks like, because I can very clearly see their heads. Like, there's one on the bottom right, there's one on the left, and there's one on the top right. What's in the middle of them?
Oh, god damn it.
Like, I see a little red sash or something right there. Is that another character? Is that the conductor?
Okay. I am gonna have to go to the image on Twitter, because unfortunately it's not letting me like zoom in any closer. So it's like, yeah, give me 1 minute.
Oh, okay, yeah, that would be the conductor. Because I'm looking. Here's an image of the conductor. He has like a giant fro and like a little red bow tie, or something like that. And I'm looking at this image here, and yeah, it looks like something akin to like a giant fro and something red, which could very well be his tie.
Okay.
So it wouldn't just be the chorus kids; it'd be the chorus kids and the conductor. Okay, interesting.
So you think like it would be kind of like Pokemon Trainer, maybe the conductor's ground and the kids are actually doing fighting.
That could very well be it.
Well, let's see. Maybe, I don't know. Oddly enough, I kind of see the chorus kids being like what was it, like an Echo Fighter for like, say, Olimar.
Maybe not an Echo Fighter, but maybe it's not the chorus kids you're playing as. Maybe you're actually playing as the conductor who fights with the chorus kids.
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah, that's like I said. The chorus kids, they are aggressively adorable. So I think that alone, that's like, I want them in just on that sheer fact alone. Like, I'm just looking at, like, the image where it's like, they're all, like, you have, like, the one that's standing there with, like, a grin on its face. And then there's another one that's, like, holding on to his head and he's, like, baring his fangs. And then the third one's on his head and he's just going, ah! It's like, oh my god, that is so adorable. It's like, I fucking want that in Smash now, just because of how adorable that is.
I can't believe Danny's maining the chorus kids now.
It's like, I don't know what the fuck the chorus are, but goddamn, over now.
Yeah, it's like, if the Rhythm Heaven series can get like any form of like any other like justice or whatnot, like as opposed to just that mere cameo that we see of like the ghosts in like Smash Run or something. Hey, I would not mind that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to think. Is the conductor a character that only shows up for the chorus kids, or is he in other stuff for other characters and Rhythm Heaven as well? Or is he just a chorus kids thing?
I believe it's only just a chorus kids thing.
Okay. That's interesting though, because like I didn't even know there was a conductor. Like because again I don't know anything about Rhythm Heaven, and whenever I heard anything about chorus kids being playable, it was only ever the chorus kids. But this is interesting. Like this is the first time that I've seen anything that includes the conductor, a conductor.
Yeah, that is true. It's like, yeah, because usually in the past, whenever they try to pull off like some supposed leaks like during Smash Brothers for Wii U and 3DS. It's like it was only just the 3 chords kids, but never the conductor until this point.
Yeah. Now I guess
Dark Man and I just heading out. So see you later, man.
Wait, oh, you guys are live streaming? Oh shit! Hi!
Oh wow, okay. Well,
hi. Sorry. If you were saying hi to me earlier, I'm sorry. BJ didn't give me the memo on live streaming.
That's okay. Bobo asks, what the fuck is Rhythm Heaven? Rhythm Heaven. Obviously, it's a music game. Ryan, you want to fill him in? You could probably go a little bit more into details than we can.
Oh man. Well, I mean, it's like, it's like probably one of the most like a well-known rhythm games to come out of Nintendo, and it has like a vast variety of like a mini rhythm games that you can play like as you go along, like throughout the game itself, and oddly enough, it's like it's also like well known for like its a cast of characters, like case in point, the chorus kids. And if you're familiar with if you're familiar with Rhythm Heaven, you may have seen maybe the infamous Rhythm Heaven Fever 10th remix, because that was probably because of course the most popular one out of the bunch, and you may recognize some characters or whatever, what was it? The big wrestler, or the samurai. It's even though it's a Nintendo rhythm game that has a lot of a bunch of mini rhythm mini games or whatever. It's its cast of characters are also really memorable, which is probably why it stands out as one of the most really popular rhythm games that come out of the video game industry.
Right. All right, so something I'm kind of curious in doing real quick that I kind of want to take a look at. I want to kind of go through this image the best we can and see if we can identify any of these characters. All these characters, just to make sure that no one's missing. It looks like everyone's there, but I do kind of want to just check them off.
Right. I'm still slowly scrolling through all the images on Go Nintendo Tweet just so I can pull up that comparison image of the Smash banner.
Yeah, I have them side by side right now. Not on stream, but I'm looking at them side by side. It's going from left to right. Yeah, we have Dr. Mario, who's looking at Game & Watch. Corrin's right above him, and right above them is the Ice Climbers. Next to them is Toon Link. And we have Wii Fit Trainer. Simon's right next to her. Sonic's underneath him. We have Link right above Sonic, with Daisy and Greninja right underneath Link. So they were kind of they kind of scooted over a little bit. Bayonetta is right above Link, and Mewtwo is right next to her. So interestingly enough, in this image, we see Olimar in between Greninja and Snake, but in the current version of the image, it's updated with even Isabelle on it. It shows Olimar actually to Snake's right, not his left, but it looks like he was moved over for Isaac.
What I was curious about, I don't know if you brought this up earlier in the stream or whatever, but it's in regards to the placement of Shadow on the upper left, because it's in the original image you see the 3 Mii fighters there, but for some reason in this leaked image they moved all 3 Mii fighters to the left to the right, and they replaced that spot with Shadow.
Yeah,
and it seems kind of off, because it's even after that movement of the Mii fighters and replacing with Shadow, there's still a bunch of space there. So that's what kind of throws me off.
Not that much, because Link is still kind of covering a whole lot of that space, and all the Mii fighters are now grouped together, because originally in that spot where Shadow is, it was the Mii Brawler and the Mii Swordsman, and the Mii Gunner was actually underneath Mewtwo. But I guess to make room for both Shadow and Banjo and Kazooie, all 3 Mii fighters were actually grouped together and are now above Mewtwo, Lucas, and King K. Rool.
Okay.
Yes, so we see them. We see Lucario right underneath Lucas. That's where he was before. There's Ike underneath K. Rool, and there's Dark Pit right next to King K. Rool. I see Little Mac. There's Bowser. I see Falco. There's Sheik. There's Luigi up here above Falco and Sheik, which is interesting because Luigi was originally as well as Rob actually was above Mewtwo and Lucas. But since the Mii fighters are now there, it looks like Luigi was moved up here. I don't even know where Rob was moved to. I have no clue where he went. I'm sure we might find him. It may be a little hard to see him since he's so small and gray, so it might be hard to even notice him.
Right.
Let's see. Yeah, so here's Isabelle. There's Yoshi. I see Cloud. Who? I think that's that's Yoshi's tongue. KOS-MOS and Ken. So there's Zelda next to Cloud. Pikachu, who was moved over closer to Zelda. There's Samus, of course, above Zelda. There's Diddy Kong, right behind the word Ken. There's Pitts. Let's see. There's Fox and Wolf still right there. There's the Inkling girl right below them. She was scooched over a little bit, I guess, to make room for Mach Rider. Yeah. Okay. So there's Kirby, who's still in between Fox and Wolf. DK, who was definitely scooted a little closer to Kirby, but is still above Fox and Wolf. Let's see. There's Rosalina and Bowser Jr. right above her. Let's see. There's Roy. I'm trying to see where these colors all belong. So that's definitely Roy. Mega Man underneath him. There's Zeros at Samus. There's Ganondorf right above them, and Pac-Man. Let's see. There's Marth, who was very much scooted. It looks like Marth was put behind Roy too. I guess not to obscure Roy's face. Villager, Ness. Jigglypuff was completely moved. Like Jigglypuff was originally behind Pokemon Trainer to its right, but now Jigglypuff was moved to be above Ness. In between Ness and Young Link. There's Peach up there, and there's Shulk next to her. Yeah, there's Pokemon Trainer. There's Mario being all front and center. There's Palutena. There is Ryu. Let's see. There's Wario and Dedede. There is Richter. Lucina. There's Meta Knight. I see Meta Knight's wings up there. That's his sword. There's Captain Falcon. Robin kind of huddled in the corner. Chrom above him. Then Ridley and Duck Hunt. So the only character that I really can't find is Rob. But again, that just may be due to the fact that he is a gray character, a great small background character.
Well, how do we know? So if KOS-MOS is deconfirmed, assuming that this leak is even legit, then could it be possible that people were confusing Rob for KOS-MOS?
Too big. Rob, if you look at the original post, Rob is very much way in the background. So unless they pulled him upwards, it's too big. Plus, not even the right shape.
It's like, who exactly is KOS-MOS?
She's from Xenosaga.
Yeah, it's like we've had this conversation 4 times. It's like,
oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, forgive me. I just came in not too long ago.
Oh no. But I mean, it's like we've had people chat and everything, and as soon as they hear KOS-MOS, they're like, "Wait, who's KOS-MOS?" So it's like Xenosaga. That's where the character's from.
Okay.
But we don't really know.
Right.
Yeah. So at this point, it's just. Okay, Sakurai, balls in your fucking now. Give us a goddamn direct already.
Yeah, we have the rest of this month, and then all of next month. That's literally all the time that you have to pull off at least just one more direct.
I know. It's like, it's like there's an entire game mode we don't know yet. There's probably other characters we don't know yet. It's like we're kind of running out of time here. So it's like,
yeah.
It's like, it's like, yeah, Sakurai. It's like if you want to prove this thing false and everything and rub it in our faces and everything, it's like you gotta give us something. It's been a month.
I would love to be proven false because then we'll actually be able to get some genuine hype and reactions again.
Yeah.
Right.
I still want Chorus Kids.
I still want my Geno.
I want all of them.
I want every character.
They say, look, if they're going to say everyone is here, I expect everyone to be here.
And the Chorus Kids.
Well, yes.
I
will definitely go for more Rhythm Heaven representation any day.
It's like, again, I don't know shit about these characters, but their character design alone has won me over.
I guess we'll know one way or another if this is true or not, based on, I think the best way for us to know whether this is true or not is even if we only get one more character announcement soon, when that character is added to this poster, if their pose matches exactly how they look here, and if their placement is in the exact spot where they're shown here, I think it'll be safe to say that this leak is confirmed.
Right.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, if they have a completely different pose and if they're in a completely different spots, which, Sakurai could very easily just have changed in retaliation to this leak to kind of throw people off, but I guess we'll see. Like, the big thing right now that'll deconfirm this leak is if they confirm a character that isn't on this map, or, if they confirm a character that may be here, because, let's be real here, and I brought this up in our last discussion when I brought up how the internet kind of already has a general idea of who's going to be in the game based on popularity, which, aside from Mach Rider and KOS-MOS, and even then you can kind of argue KOS-MOS, because KOS-MOS is very popular, like, these characters were all super requested. So we kind of all had a feeling that they would be here. But, like, again, like I said, if they have a different pose and are in different spots, we can probably just assume that this is fake. But for the time being, like I said, this leak has so much credibility. Like, I'm kind of gonna just be walking on eggshells here and just assume that it's probably real.
Yeah, it's like, if this confirmed to be, like, fake, that is like, my God, I will give this person major props, because it's like, if this really is fake, it's like, this person took the time out of his hands to, like, make all of his art from scratch, and make it, like, pretty much nearly identical to the same art style as the characters that were already put on this banner. Right. It's like...
And plus, this isn't the first time that we've had a leak come out, and it actually was correct.
Well, yeah, that is true. I mean, it's like a case in point, the last major leak that was going on with Ridley and Simon Belmont.
That could also be very well chalked up to prediction. What I'm thinking of more so is the ESRB leak when the rest of the Smash 4 roster was leaked back when the game was being rated.
Okay.
Right.
Like that was a real leak, and that had way more than just a blurry poster. That had a blurry screenshot of the final character select screen, and even had game footage showing Shulk and Bowser Jr. So, and that was before those two were even announced. So yeah, that was a real leak. And again, like, I'm just being repetitive at this point. Like, do we have any final thoughts?
I agree with Realm Wars. Bring back Poke Floats.
God damn it! Oh man, no, seriously, I would love to see more Poke Floats, but oh man, as much as I love me some Poke Floats, and as much as I want to see it come back, I don't know. At this point, it's easier said than done.
I mean, it's like, I know it's not coming back, but it's still wishful thinking.
I know. It's like, God damn it.
I can still pretend.
I can dream, damn it.
I can play make-believe.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, man. It's like, I don't know. It's like, if this turns out to be legit, it's like, regardless if we've already saw this coming or not, I'm still going to be stoked.
Oh yeah, I'm still excited for the game no matter what. Like, this can be completely fake, and we can be getting no more characters, but I'm still hyped for the game. I still want it.
I know. It's like we're still buying the game regardless.
Yeah, people can get upset as they want about their favorite character not getting into the game. That shit, they're still buying that shit.
I know.
Yeah. I'm still buying that regardless of what characters are like officially announced or whatever, like for the final roster and all of that such. But it's like, but hey, it's like, if push comes to shove and, they decide to go ahead and add in more characters at the last minute, or better yet, like in post, like after you buy the game or whatever, I mean, not as DLC, but as like secret unlockable characters and such that no one even heard of until this point or whatever, then it's like, hey, I'm not going to complain.
You know what? Actually, this is actually the perfect time for me to plug something real quick. So completely on topic. So I don't know how many of you watch my personal channel, BrawlFan1. I'm actually starting a new series on that channel called What If They Were in Smash? Where I effectively take characters that are deconfirmed or for sure not going to be in Smash and give them whole move sets as if they were in Smash. I've already done 2 characters so far. I've done Jibanyan from Yokai Watch, and I've done Mimikyu from Pokemon. I do have more in the works, but I'm actually going to hold off on posting anymore until maybe a couple of weeks before Smash Ultimate comes out. But if you guys want to give that a watch, you know, feel free to go do so. And also, if you want to request some characters, feel free to do that as well. So, okay, shameless plug over.
Also, goddamn it, Road Warriors. Oh, next Smash Direct Sakurai confirms Cuphead. It's like, again, that is very wishful thinking, Road Warriors. That is very wishful thinking. But it's like, unlike Banjo-Kazooie, where his predecessor was originally Nintendo, Cuphead is purely Microsoft.
I don't give a shit. Put Cuphead in the game. I don't care. It's like, do you want Master Chief or do you want Cuphead? Fuck that. Give me.
It's like, oh, okay, no. If you were to give me a choice, I would say C, all of the above.
Is Geno shorter than Villager? That might just be a perspective thing, but they look around the same size. I don't know. All right. I guess with that said, folks, thank you so much for listening and watching us rant. Ruby Sakurai, I do agree with you. I do not like leaks myself because they do ruin expectations or just ruin the fun of the actual reveal. Like, I think somebody that I follow on Twitter, his name is Exan Shadow. He's part of Brain Scratch Comms. Go watch them because they're really good. He made a post earlier saying, "Would you rather learn about information via an official reveal or through some blurry image leak by a random dude?" I think the answer to that is obvious. I would like leaks to stop, but we can't stop assholes, unfortunately. So
yeah, it's not going to stop.
Yeah.
Like it or not.
It's like, there's really no reason to post a link just to really do that. Like, unless he just gains some weird sick satisfaction from doing it. It's not like he's going to get any credit. Like, the guy that posted this leak, he remained anonymous. So, like, I don't know what he was hoping to gain from that, except for maybe a sick, twisted sense of I don't know what. But, oh well. In which case, thank you all so much for watching. And the next time you see us do one of these Smash discussions, hopefully it's going to be soon with with the next information, whenever that's going to be. It should definitely be within the next 40-something days before the game comes out.
Yeah. Hopefully sometime next month.
And you can expect a lot of videos when that game comes out too, because it's like I'm actually requesting like 4 or 5 days off when when that game comes out from work, so I could just spend all that time just playing the game and also recording lots of stuff for it. So
I was only able to request just the launch day off.
Oh, all right. Well, you could expect a lot of stuff from me then, and then then these guys as well, like whenever they're on, but.
Yeah. It's like I'm hoping that sometime soon I could get like live streaming going on my end again, so that way I'll be able to try to contribute like a bunch of live streaming for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate whenever that happens.
Right. All right.
But first comes unlocking all the characters.
That'll be fun. All right. In which case, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Later, guys.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
KOS, kids!